Okay, remember in this room, this was the guest room. Remember that I told you there was a squeak here? Well, no wonder there's a squeak. Look at this. It looks like they piecemealed this in here. Right there. Now I can fix that, can't I? Hopefully there's a joist going across there, or the floor joist might be going this way every 12 inches. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe every 12 inches. And they must have, I don't know what they did. Yeah, see, that's 12 inches. And the next one, it looks like there's another, oh, that's 16 inches. That might be 16-inch centers. And there must, maybe there's a header across here or something for underneath or something. And look how far off they got with their plywood. They just piecemealed this thing. Look at this. Here's another little piece right here. These should be 4x8 sheets. Boom, 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 boom. And somehow or other, somebody had to do some patching in here before. And there's all kinds of divots in the wood. See there? Look at that. And you think, what's that from? Well, probably whoever lived here before they decided to put carpet here, maybe there were hardwood floors here, and they used the staple gun, the nailer thing, and then when they were pulling it up, some areas they didn't clean off as well. Because see, I noticed it in here. It actually doesn't look too bad, but in the master bedroom there were some bits that were up. See all along here. See how that is all raised up? It's just that one line, almost like I don't know what the deal is, because this plywood over here looks okay. Here's another line right there that's kind of been raised up. See? So whatever they had down here, I don't know. Now, because I'm pulling up the carpet and the carpet pad on my own, I can fix stuff like that. I can chisel those things down with a putty knife, a little crummy chisel, whatever. I can spend extra time taking out all the staples of where the carpet pad was put down with a hammer tacker, boom, 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 because this is a wood subfloor. I can spend the time looking for urine spots. If there were any bad urine spots, I should be able to smell it before even pulling up this carpet, but I don't. But I'll still check for it. And if you have urine spots in yours, you want to take a look at your base, at your tack strip, because lots of times if it gets on the tack strip, whatever tack strip that is attached to that urine, you want to get that out. If you have a concrete subfloor or a wood floor or whatever, you want to pull that out. You don't want to just leave it and put the carpet over there. Another reason why you don't want someone to just come out, pull your carpet up and replace it, because they don't have time to mess with that. They don't have time to see you want to treat your urine areas, or maybe your subfloor is wet, your wood floor is wet, and you want it to dry out. You want to use some cleaner to get your urine spots, one there, one over there, and you want to put something on it. You want to treat it. You want to spray some Clorox on it, or Simple Green, or something else for urine, and you want to get that out. You want to remove whatever tack strips you feel necessary. You can do that, and then when the guys come out, you can say, oh, by the way, you're going to have to make sure that the carpet installers, when they come out, they have extra tack strip with them, because there's a few areas that are missing. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. You've got it all ready for them. You see why I'm doing this? Well, I'm not doing it just for all those reasons. My reasons are different than that, because the entire condo is going to be repainted. I'm repainting ceilings, walls, the baseboard, the trim, the door frames, the door jambs, the doors, door casings, all that kind of stuff. And now, see how it's going to be so much easier to do the paint, where I don't have to worry about cutting in and don't have to worry about the carpet. And now, see, I can cut in the baseboard nice and easy all the way down. The last person who painted this baseboard, they only got down so far, because there was carpet on here before, and they stopped it right in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm gonna be able to go all the way down on the existing door casings, the door jamb trim, the baseboards, everything, and I don't have to mess with worrying about dropping paint on the floor, on the carpet, cleaning up, cutting in around the carpet, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm good to go with the base, and I've still got a ways to go on the carpet, but I thought, hey, I might as well point that out. And you know, I'm gonna fix back to this squeak. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna put, instead of putting nails, I'm gonna use screws, and I'll be able to drive it down. And then if it's still squeaking after that, I may have to fill up this whole edge with liquid nails or construction adhesive. And look at this line, mind you. Look how wide it is. Now their carpet pad went right over that, so now my decision is, do I leave that, and do I hope that carpet pad is thick enough and it's not gonna divot down in there later. I'm not gonna see a line there on the carpet, you know, 2 years down the road. Or do I fill it up? And if I fill it up, what do I use to fill it up? I might use some Fix-All, some Fix-It-All it's called. They used to call it Fix-All, nowadays it's called Fix-It-All. And it's dry, it comes in a dry form, and I just happen to have about 1/3 of a bag. I could mix that up, and I could fill that line up. And I think I might just do that. And, you know, as for this squeak, when I get all the carpets up and stuff, anywhere where there's wood subfloor, and there's wood subfloor throughout, by the way, even down on the ground floor, there's that's wood subfloor too. I'm gonna walk around and do a good squeak test and see if I'm gonna be Mr. Inspector and see if I can find any squeaks, because if I can, I'll be able to fix them, won't I? Because see, I'm gonna pull this up later. This is just little tongue and groove slats of cedar. That's kind of a cool idea to put on the floor. And once I pull that up, I know there's a squeak right in here. Okay, and so I'll be able to fix that one too, shouldn't I? And then I'll go around and do a once over on this whole thing before I call it good. Well, I guess I better get back to work. I might even title the whole series "Remodeling a Condo," how to remodel a condo, or whatever. So I don't know what it's going to be called yet. Just look on whatever one this is, look at it and find out what the episode is. And if you want to see some previous ones or some later ones, have at it. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.